Touchdown! San Francisco!
Here we are again on week 15. We're going to talk about week 14 right now. My boy Wash is still working his ass off as we speak, the career counselor of the galaxy. My boy Mario right now is on leave, so I get to tap in with my brother right now. Listen, we're going to talk about week 14 right now. We're going to do our quick pick'ems for 15. And Mario, I am very sorry that we have to start off with this. The Baker Mayfield-led Rams go against the Las Vegas Raiders on a Thursday night and lose 16-17. Mario, I don't want to talk about this. As a frustrated Raiders fan, I want you to talk about this. Go ahead.
So I caught the highlights because I had to work in the morning and I wasn't gonna stay up until 11 o'clock when I had to wake up at 3. But what I gathered are the Raiders finding new ways to lose. The Raiders are finding new ways to lose. I'm more so like I'm less frustrated now and more so like this is what I'm expecting from them to do things like this year. It's tough, man. I Josh McDaniels. So like I think football is a balance between science and between art. And you got to find the middle ground. And I think Josh McDaniels is treating it too much like a science and less like an art. And he's not making his adjustments that you need to make. They're leaning on Josh Jacobs, which is fine. But when Josh Jacobs isn't getting started the way he should be getting started, they're not making the adjustments to start throwing the damn ball. Devontae Adams was hot from the start, and he didn't have a catch in the whole second half. Mayfield threw for 30-something plus times. Carr threw for like 19 or 20. That makes no sense to me. They don't have Kupp. They don't have Aaron Donald. They don't have any Allen Robinson. They don't have any of their quality starters. And for them to come back and win, if I am a Raiders player, owner, fan, you have to feel nothing but embarrassment. You lose to a coach. First of all, you lose to a coach in the Colts that's never coached a day in the NFL or in college. Granted, he's a player, so what? He was a center. And then now you lose to a team whose quarterback only had 10 minutes of practice time with his receivers. Like, what do you want to say? You know, it's bothersome. So,
Man.
I hate them sometimes, man. I hate them.
Go ahead, Wash.
Before that game started, I remember the podcast, and I was like, listen, man. I was like, come on, man. This is it. This is my last shot. All right. And you disappointed. To Baker Mayfield, who I was high on the beginning of the year, and I gave up on. And as you said, the Raiders, I think might be the most amazing team in football, man. Like, can nobody lose worse than the Raiders, man? Like,
no, they're finding new ways, man.
I don't even have. I want to sit here and I hope, because I didn't hate Baker Mayfield. I hope for Baker Mayfield's sake that he has a Ryan Tannehill type revival.
I really think he can. I really think he can.
And especially, I'm talking about Stafford might retire. I mean, if this is more than just a game, this is an audition for Baker. You know what I'm saying? And I hope Baker, because I didn't like how Cleveland did him. I really hope he can revive his career.
I like that take, and the reason why I like that take is because the placement that he goes to. Sean McVay is a real good offensive guru, right? So he has he can make a quarterback look good in his offense, and it does, it helps when you have Cooper Kupp as your wide receiver when he's healthy, right? So
and they said Baker don't like his certain receivers, so he has the right color for Baker.
It's on the right side of the spectrum, huh?
All
right. Speaking of the Cleveland Browns, we're going to go to this next game. The Cleveland Browns go into Cincinnati, the Paul Brown rivalry. They lose 10-23. Bengals are the Bengals. I'm telling you right now, they're on the right foot right now, and Chase is coming back from injury too. Go ahead, watch.
I had written them off. I'll tell you, I was high on writing them off. But like homeboy Aaron, I think it was Aaron that said it. They're hot. I didn't even realize Cleveland Cincinnati was 9-4
Yeah,
because they started off the season abysmal. They started off abysmal. Cincy is 9-4. Cleveland, this is Deshaun Watson's practice. You know, we didn't expect much from Cleveland this year. We already knew that these games are to get Deshaun Watson's feet wet. He didn't have a good game, but he did he's doing what we expect him. I don't expect Deshaun Watson to come in and turn the team around immediately. However, this is a warm up for next year. So Cincy, they're looking legit, man. They're looking legit. I don't know about Super Bowl. I don't know about any of that, but they're looking really legit. So shout out to Cincy.
Just a team getting hot at the right time, man. I don't think Deshaun Watson looked as bad as y'all think he did, but like 26 for 276, a touchdown and an interception ain't bad.
I don't think he looked bad. I'm saying because of him being rusty, all this is the rest of the season is him warming up, him getting back into the game. So
he's not the MVP caliber Deshaun Watson just yet. That's what we're saying.
Like all I know is though everybody talks about Cincinnati's offense, like you keep Nick Chubb to 14 for 34, like that tells you a lot about what your defense is doing.
Don't say
It
that.
tells you a lot about what your defense is doing.
Don't say
you know
that
what
too
I mean?
loud. You know, Washington has him on fantasy. Don't say it too loud.
I'm just saying that tells you a lot about when you keep one of the top 3 running backs in the NFL, top 4 running backs in the NFL, you know, to 34 yards. That says a lot about your defense, you know.
Yeah. So
So
I have nothing much to say about this. I just know that going forward, if you look at the schedule for Joe Burrow, he has a lot of prove it type games. He goes against Brady. He goes against the Dolphins again. There's a lot of games where he's gonna check off real quick. Go ahead, Washington.
yeah.
I know what you're gonna say.
now you know I was big on Brady, but is Brady a proven game at this point?
I mean, you're going against Brady. That's all I'm saying. I didn't say
Is
nothing
Brady a
else.
proven?
I'm trying to figure out where to put my
38
forecast
games.
when we're done to
We
put in
can't.
Tampa, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So let me take that back then. So, but what I'm saying is, throughout these next couple games, if you look at the schedule, Mario, are you on it right now? Can you look at the Cincinnati schedule for the next uh what is it, 3-4 weeks? Because I know that,
Um,
yeah, I know Burrow is going against a lot of good teams coming up. That's like he's going to
they
prove
got
them
Bengals at Bucks on this Sunday.
right.
Bengals
Bucks,
at Patriots on Christmas
Patriots,
Eve.
against Belichick next.
The good one is on the 2nd of January, though. That's Bills at Cincinnati.
That's going to be another. That's another one. Keep going.
And then Baltimore at Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's gonna be good only because I know the Ravens have a solid defense. But what I'm saying, and it's a divisional game. So Bengals right now, those 4 games, Joe Burrow, he could etch his name up there. I'm telling you, he's on a hot streak right now, like everyone's talking about. So we're gonna go to this next game, Battle in Texas, a funny game, a laughing game to me. It's just funny to see this. The 1-11-1 Houston Oilers go into Dallas to play the Cowboys, barely losing 23-27. To me, which is I don't know what I don't know. A lot of people called this as an upset this week, and I didn't see it because
Almost
it
was.
is the Texans, and you know what I'm saying, and the Cowboys are one of the top teams right now.
That was
I looked at that game and I'm like, Cowboys, what are y'all doing? Damian Pierce did his thing on that side of the ball. The the only thing bad was the Texans got a turnover and didn't get nothing out of it. I think if they would have got something, the momentum would have stayed on their side, and I think they would have edged this win. And I think that was literally ultimately the reason why they didn't win. They didn't get no money after that turnover. Which I want to say.
nope. And then they had that they went for it on 4th and goal
That's what
at
I'm
the
talking
end. I
about.
think it was like
That was what I'm
2
talking
minutes,
about.
yeah, 2 seconds left. You should have kicked the field goal because at the end of the day, they still got to score a touchdown on you. that was, I think, them trying to play with house money. Um, but if I'm the Cowboys, you got to be thankful you paid Ezekiel Elliott that money, huh?
Right.
Kept y'all from being a laughing stock at the end.
Oh, before, because I know Washington wants to say something, but you made the right analogy on this, or analysis. My bad. So it was Houston. Do you take the field goal or do you take the touchdown to go ahead? At that time, hindsight, 2020. Now we're looking at it outside looking in. At that time, I remember talking to two of my friends, Cortez and Cooper, and I was letting them know like you got to go for the touchdown to take the win. But say they hit that field goal, and Dak does what he did, got that touchdown. You still had a chance to get the ball because you had enough time. I believe it was like 50 seconds left to get a field goal to win the game. So hindsight 2020, the decision I thought should have happened was probably the wrong one in that situation. They could have won this game with a field goal if they took a field goal in that fourth and goal instead of trying to get that touchdown.
Well, they were also playing real soft on the defense on the way back. I watched the last 2 minutes of that game.
I watched that whole game.
Yeah, they were playing soft and they were giving so much chunk yardage to the Cowboys, and they kind of waltzed in for that touchdown.
Watch,
You
you got
know?
anything to say? All right, so we're going to this next game, and I know he wants to unmute this one. We have the Minnesota Vikings going into Detroit, and we going against the Detroit Lions, defeat them 34-23. This is literally from day one since the Route Tree television has started. We all been high on this team. Us three in particularly. We've been high on the Lions. We never said they're gonna make the playoffs, but you were always gonna respect this team every time you play them. And now look at them. A lot of the pro experts on television are like, I don't want to play this team right now because they're on the right track. I'm so happy to see it. They beat a divisional team, the best divisional team in that division with the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, Washington, I want you to go next because I'm just excited to see that this team is doing what they're doing.
So first and foremost, I'm gonna correct you. In the very, very, very before the season started, I was not high on the Lions. After like week 2, you guys convinced me. I watched the clip because I lost my paper, so I watched the clip last week. Mario, you were gonna say the Lions. You had the Lions, and I talked you into picking the Vikings.
You did.
1300 Kirk. 1300 Kirk.
You said my two hot words. You said my two hot words.
I did. I did.
1 o'clock.
And I apologize.
You said my two hot words, all right?
I apologize for that. I thought about it. I've been wanting to apologize. I changed you. But more accurately, man. You sat here and said they weren't going to make the playoffs. As a Giants fan, as a football fan, they're primed.
They're in the hunt.
They can easily squeeze in. It's not impossible for them to squeeze in. In saying that, Lions. So are we more impressed by the Lions or worried for the Vikings? Personally, I'd say more impressed by the Lions.
Oh,
yes.
I don't know. So you know how I feel about divisional games.
Yeah.
The worst team in the division can easily win a divisional game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a little biased because just because you Fred, you said it, you gotta win your division.
Shout out Jaguars.
You gotta win your division. But I don't know, man. I don't know if Kirk, he lost a non-prime game. You know, I thought Kirk Cousins was undefeatable outside of prime time. You know what I'm saying? And lost. And I don't know. Kirk Cousins is. I don't have much more to say than that. But shout out to the Lions.
I love it, man. I love it because the defense is finally catching up. The defense is finally catching up right now to this offense.
Look,
you know, I've been tooting the Lions' horn all year, regardless of win or loss. And the only reason I didn't pick the Lions is because he said my two hot words, Kirk Cousins, 1 o'clock. And I was like, maybe he's right. Maybe he's right. I'm never betting against the Lions.
So listen. This is like this is a rare moment, and Washington explained it. You get a Kirk Cousins at 1 o'clock and he loses. That's really rare. That's really rare to see. So that's what it is. But
it is. But I'm I so hope next year the Lions take that step because I want to see the Lions do so
So
well.
what? Yes, I am. Shout out to Aaron, a true Detroit fan. Um, I the only reason I ain't gonna lie to you, like if you watch week one of the route tree, the only reason why I was so high is I was so pumped during Hard Knocks. I was watching Hard Knocks faithfully during that time, and I'm like, bro, you can't talk about DeAndre Swift and Amon St. Brown and like all this. I mean, the only bad part was, of course, Hawkinson gone, but yeah, we'll talk about this game again. The reason why Washington, see, Washington knows what's up. He's really busy right now because this next game is the Philadelphia Eagles stomp the New York Football Giants 48-22 in
We know you
Meadowlands.
hear us.
I said Meadowlands in MetLife Stadium. And I'll tell you like this, it's just the Eagles showing why they're the best team in their division. And then there he goes. He doesn't want to hear it right now. But the Giants, so there's two things, right? You have this is what I always say. You either are a supporter of a team or a true fan of a team, right? A supporter is always going to say, "Oh, we're winning. We're going to go to the Super Bowl." Or a fan that's realistic about it and says, you know what, if we make the playoffs, that is our Super Bowl. Washington is that. He is a true Giants fan that understands that this year right now is
What did I just miss?
is winning is going to the playoffs or even having a winning record right now is a success for the New York Football Giants. Uh, Whereas a supporter will die-heartedly be retarded and say, my team's going to the Super Bowl. We're really good this year. There's two different
I
ways
like
you can see it. There's two different ways that we have Niner fans right now. There's two different ways we have Giants fans right now because
you're petty. You're
I have two friends that are either a supporter or an actual fan like Washington. But this game, kudos to the Eagles to go 12-1.
No,
It
no,
was a
no, 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 no. I need to talk on this shit. All
I
right.
need. I was waiting on you. Go ahead.
I was handling some business. First and foremost, let's be crystal clear. I you guys made me say the Giants, okay? Because there was no way. No, there was
no.
no
You being a Giants fan should have just blindly picked the Giants
no.
regardless.
Listen.
As a
When I watched the
supporter,
game, when I watched the game, when I watched the game, I wasn't even mad because
I
I
feel that.
I will sit here and say this. Anybody who sat here and said, "Oh,
Where'd he go?
hold on.
Where'd he go?
hold on," anybody who sat here and said that the Giants were gonna win, bold face lie. Hello?
Did we all go for the Giants?
Wait, no, sorry, I was running around. I'm on my way. Okay. But
Oh,
listen, the Eagles look fucking complete. Oh my God, the Eagles look complete. Now, when it gets the Giants team, I see the look on your face, but the Eagles look complete.
Divisional
Jalen
game.
Hurts. ugh, Jalen Hurts. I've always said it. I watched all the quote unquote Jalen Hurts haters. I am still not sold that Jalen Hurts is the truth. But you know what? I'm sorry. I gave Jalen Hurts like he's an adequate quarterback, but you guys are overhyping him. I still think there's overhype, but he's a good quarterback. And you know what it came down to? And this is what got me. I've said time and time again why I don't like Josh Allen or Josh Allen's problem. Josh Allen thinks he's fucking Patrick Mahomes, and he's not. Josh Allen doesn't know how to fucking slide. He doesn't know when to stop. I watched Jalen Hurts stay in the pocket. I watched Jalen Hurts run, and I watched Jalen Hurts make sure he stayed healthy. He slid, he stepped out of bounds, he took his time, he read through his progressions.
Smart.
Even when they were backed up, he never faltered. I got the Eagles going all the way, man.
oh.
Eagles going all the way. Giants, I'm scared, man. And then you know what? I've also said this, and I don't know if I said this on the podcast. As I'm a Giants fan. I'm more than a fan. I'm also a football fan. The Giants are the worst team in that division.
We've been talking
The
about
Giants.
the Commanders. We've been talking
It
about
hurts.
the Commanders.
And you know what? It's not that. And even if they beat the Commanders, the Giants have issues that need to get solved. They have probably the best coaching, one of the better coaching staffs, just because based off that team, this team was never supposed to be a 7-win team. I got caught in the hype. I did. I got excited.
You have to be.
I
You definitely have
did.
to be though.
I got caught in the hype. All that. But the real situation is Giants are
Giants
matter
are
what.
who we said they
No
were.
matter what, I'll pick the Giants if you don't because I'll pick them for you. That's all I gotta say.
I'm not picking the
That's all I
Raiders.
gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
All right,
I'll
we
pick
gotta
the
we got
Giants every game,
we
and
gotta
I'll pick
move
them for
on.
you.
We're gonna move
Yeah,
on to
I'll
to
play
the
my
AF
team.
to the rivals. We're going the Baltimore Ravens winning 16-14 in Pittsburgh right now. I'll tell you like this. This game wasn't intriguing. I really don't have nothing to say about this. Washington's very
Yeah.
busy, and I know he's not going to talk about this either. This game, you didn't have your superstar at quarterback. He was hurt. I
Yeah.
mean, it was a rivalry game, and they won 16-14. That was an ugly game. I don't want to talk about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, it wasn't that much of an appeal. There's really nothing to talk about. You don't have Lamar Jackson. Steelers don't really have much of anything going on offensively. I'm not really worried about this game at all.
All right,
Like this game
let's move on
plays
then.
nothing into anything.
Let's move on then, because this game right
Yeah.
here, another rivalry game. But just like what Washington says, you could be the last place team on that thing and win. The Jacksonville Jaguars, 36-22, defeat Tennessee in Nashville, and they win 36-22. That was one hell of a game for Trevor Lawrence. What do y'all want to talk about? I want Washington. Go ahead, Washington.
I don't agree with my statement going here because listen, we said Jacksonville was gonna remember I had a whole argument and I was for no fucking reason. I was arguing against myself when I was like Jacksonville's gonna be something to watch in the future, and everyone was like, "Why the fuck are you arguing about?" Remember that day?
Yeah,
I think the Jacksonville may be a threat now. We were talking about the future. Jacksonville's a threat now.
that
It's
division's
still
up for grabs.
it's still the Titans division to lose.
Kind of.
No. I still think it is, but it's not going further than this year. It's not going further than this year.
Let me ask you this. Hold on. Let me ask you this. Whose final remaining 4 games would you rather have right now? All right, hold on.
Yeah, read them to me.
Chargers, Texans, Cowboys, Jags, or would you rather play Cowboys, Jets, Texans, Titans?
Damn.
So they both play. Hold on, they both play the Texans, right?
And they both play the Cowboys. I think they both play. Hold on.
They still have
yeah.
2 divisional games too. That's tough. That's a tough decision though.
Titans got to play. You think Titans gonna beat the Chargers?
This is what I think.
Not the
I
Chargers
think
right
they
now.
dropped the Chargers. I think they dropped the Jets. I think. Well, no matter. I think.
What-
hold on. What am I looking at?
It
No, they dropped the
depends.
Chargers.
It depends on the
They
Jets
dropped the
quarterback.
Chargers. I think they'll drop the Chargers, and I think they'll drop against Cowboys.
What? No, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna come down to. You ready?
Go ahead.
What's the division record for both? What's the division record for both? They may end up with the same record.
It
What's the
is.
division
I
record
just
for both?
added up too. It is. Titans are 7-6, and Jags are 5-8.
No.
No.
See?
No. That's their overall record. We want the
I want to hear the
divisional record.
division. Yeah.
Oh,
Who has the wins in the division? Titans or Jags?
couldn't tell you.
It has to be Titans. It has to
Let
be
me see.
Titans.
It-
I'll be.
That's-
I'll.
That's what makes sense. The Titans.
Hold on. He's looking up.
I'm
Statman
trying to
Mario. Statman
I'm
Mario.
doing my best here.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I can't do it.
All right, hold on. AFC South. Titans are 3-1, and Jags are 2-2.
Ooh.
It
But-
ain't
but the-
that far apart.
Yeah,
Right
but
now,
I'm
Jags-
still going. I'm still going Titans though.
I think the Titans.
I'm still going Titans.
barely-
You get the run game
But-
with Henry, and you have a serviceable quarterback. That's the reason why it is. So that's the only reason why I'm going with that. Is because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like 'cause one thing that carries in December and January is a run game and a serviceable quarterback plus a defense. Is the Jaguars defense better than Titans? Hell no. I don't think so. But we gotta move on. Move on to Mile High Stadium, where Patrick Mahomes boy defeats Broncos. Let's ride. Hey, it was actually a pretty good game. I mean, but Kansas City Chiefs win 34-28. I don't have nothing to say about this. All I know is my take is still valid. Niners, Chiefs, Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, fuck both these teams for real.
AFC West, I get it.
Any like when Denver loses, America wins. So it's cool. It's cool.
It was a good game.
That's
There was a
all I
lot of
really
bro. That Patrick Mahomes trick play. Oh man, that little dump off for a touchdown, that was so beautiful. I don't even want to talk about this. Let's go to the next game. Reason why I want to go to this next game, and I'm waiting. Man, Washington's not gonna be here for that. He's over here doing his thing. The Carolina Panthers, they defeated the Seattle Seahawks 30 to
Yeah.
24, and I'm so happy about it because it drops the Seahawks to 7-6, while the Niners are 9-4. But not only that is we learned a lot. For me as a Niner fan, we learned a lot about the Seahawks. This was a good game. They thought that Carolina was gonna tank. They're not tanking. PJ Walker is that guy. He is that real electrifying guy for that team right now. He's not. He's not. Ultimate starter, but he's a spark plug. No, we're talking about the Seahawks losing to the Panthers.
Oh,
So we so Washington loves the Seahawks, but not anymore.
no.
Not anymore.
I love Geno. Yeah, I love Geno. Unfortunately, I want Geno to play well, and I want the Seahawks to continue to lose. Let me phrase that. I need the Seahawks to lose.
Only because of the seeding.
Correct. And even if the Seahawks get in, and somehow the Giants stay in, I don't want to play them. I don't want to play them, especially because if we get in, we're a bottom seed, and the last thing I want is to fuck around with Seattle in Seattle.
And you don't want to play Seattle in Seattle, which we're doing tonight. So we'll talk about. Do you have anything to say about this game, Mario? All right, move on to this next game. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers go into Santa Clara to play the San Francisco 49ers, and they lose 7-35. Brock Purdy's very first game, Mr. Irrelevant of 2021 or 2022, whichever draft it was, did a pretty good job on this game. I have nothing to say about this as a Niner fan. I just know that Tom Brady is struggling over there, and the 49ers, their defense is historically being the top one defense right now. If y'all got anything to say, I don't want to keep talking about it.
All I'm gonna say is, y'all remember Trent Dilfer?
Yes,
Do you
2000,
remember
2000 Ravens.
remember Joe Flacco? Do you remember Joe Flacco?
Yes, I was there. 2012 Ravens.
Okay, and the reason I'm mentioning those names are this: you don't need a superstar quarterback if you have a top tier defense. You just need a quarterback who does their fucking job.
You have to have a historic defense to do that.
Correct. You're absolutely right. Right now, San Francisco has the number one defense in the United States.
And that's really crazy for you to say because you never say that.
And that's because of Mike. It's 100% because of Mike. But at the end of the day, Brock Purdy did what he needed to do, which was
not turn the ball over.
Correct. As long as San Fran plays like that, they could very much make the bowl. Can they win it? I don't know. I'm not going that far. I said they can make the bowl. That's all I have to say to that. I don't know if the Bucs are going to win this division. I don't know if the Bucs are going to win that division.
It's up for grabs. It's up for grabs.
I don't know if the Bucs are going to win the division. Hold on. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Mario, you can go next, but I cannot wait to talk about this next game.
I was wrong and I was right at the same time. I was wrong because I picked Tampa Bay. Okay? Because I picked Tampa Bay. But I was right because I think the Niners are the only team that's going to come out of the NFC and go to the Super Bowl. Even with old Brock Purdy. And I think like all you need all you need him to do is just be a Diet Coke version of Jimmy Garoppolo and you're fine.
You don't even have
That's
to
it.
be a diet. You don't have to be a Diet Coke Jimmy G. You just have to be like Jimmy G. Don't turn the ball
Yeah.
over. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
that's it.
all you
That's
have to
it.
do. Just don't
That's
turn.
it.
To get
But
Don't
the
in,
do
diff,
anything
to get
crazy.
in,
Don't
to not
don't
to win,
don't
but to get in the
don't
bowl.
the
don't
difference
play out
is,
of
wait,
out
before
of
you go, the difference is Brock Purdy has cojones to throw it down field. That's the only difference.
Mhm.
He has the cojones to throw it downfield. That's the only difference. He don't
That's
give
gonna
a
bite him
fuck
in the
if
ass.
that's
That's
all
gonna
he's
bite
like.
him in the
Fuck it.
ass.
Well,
It's
if you
gonna
think
bite him.
about it,
You absolutely
but
right, Wash. That's gonna bite him
the
in the
difference
ass.
but the difference is with Brock Purdy, he's got nothing to lose. He knows the job's not his next year. He's got nothing to lose.
He's just gonna make it.
Why
He's
not
gonna
take
make
the
it.
chance?
Yeah, you're
Play
absolutely
like
right.
there's no tomorrow because there's gonna be no tomorrow for the guy.
Listen,
That's it.
if he wins a Super Bowl, then that's something different.
Yeah. He's got nothing to
So,
lose.
my prediction was always the Kansas City Chiefs against the Niners, and I'm sticking to it. Now we're going to this next game where Mario, I'm gonna let you know your prediction falls. The Miami Dolphins go into San Diego to play the Chargers and lose 17-23. And I want to go first. I've always said this about the Dolphins. They're a really good team, but they're not ready yet. And the Chargers that Washington's always been talking about finally came into fruition. People are healthy. That quarterback, Justin Herbert, top 5 in this league as we speak. That kid was not getting touched. I watched him when Winkle was almost there to freaking smack the ball out of his hand. He didn't have eyes on him, and he drops the ball while he swipes to get a first down. This is the stuff I'm talking about with this kid. I don't know. I can't explain it. Does he have eyes behind his back and the helmet? Probably. But at the same time, if you watch that one highlight where he does a boot and Winkle almost gets there, he has the ball. He swipes while he throws, but he dips, so he misses it and he throws it and gets a. It was so good.
That's
Eckler,
just good talking, Rick.
Austin Eckler is the number one running back as we speak, fantasy wise. They're getting healthy on offense, but they're not going nowhere. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is that San Diego Chargers team that we all thought was going to be great is looking like that. And they're looking like that at the right time, at the back end of the season. Who wants to talk about it?
I am really sad knowing that the Chargers are probably going to get rid of Staley because they're probably going to bring in a better coach next year. As a Raider fan, that's going to
Oh,
bother me because once that happens, they're going to be 1-1A
Sean,
with the.
Sean Payton. Go ahead and get Sean Payton right now.
I
Go ahead.
I
Go ahead and
I
get Sean Payton.
I hope not. As a Raiders fan, I hope not,
He'll be spoiled
bro.
over there with that quarterback.
I hope not, man. I can't do it. Can't do it. But I don't know. I think the Dolphins are a really good team, but they're not there yet. I think the Chargers more of a blind squirrel that just found a nut. Is how I look at it. Maybe that's just me being a biased fan in the AFC. I think the Chargers showed the potential of what they could be, but not until they move on from Staley.
Hey,
So
I'll tell you like this though. Are you still confident on your Miami Dolphins going to the Super Bowl?
no. No.
So
No.
week 15,
I,
where are you at right now with your confidence on who's going to the Super Bowl? Because to me, it's still Chiefs. So I started with Bills Niners. Now it's Chiefs Niners, and I'm still there. Where are you at now? It's just week 15. We're gonna always do this every week.
Yeah. I think I'm there with you. Um, I'm very excited to see what will eventually be the Niners and Philly game for the NFC Championship. I think that's probably going to be the best game of the postseason. Um, I I don't know. Like Tua's going to have to play out of his mind pretty much for the rest of the time, the rest of the season.
I don't know, bro. It looks like he's hurt. It looks like he was hurt since the Niners game, and I'm glad Washington's back because we're doing a quick pick'ems after this garbage ass Monday night game. But Tua doesn't look like himself ever since the Niners game. He doesn't look like that, 10 touchdowns, 0 interception person. So
Well, you play a game you play a game like that when you're riding high, and that kind of just shoots your confidence. You
it
start
does. It does.
you get rocked like that, and it's gonna take a little bit for you to come back to where you were. You kind of gotta like get your mind right.
All right. So for me, the Dolphins are exactly what I said they were. They are a top tier team, but they're not making the Super Bowl to me. Washington, do you think that? Why you over here swerving? Oh, you're on you're no
You muted, dog.
you're muted.
I agree with that statement. Dolphins are a good team. They may make it to the championship, and I know I always do these weird predictions how I speak, but they're better than a 6, 7 seed. They're definitely a 5th seed type, but I don't see them winning their division. However, if by some miracle they do, if they can get home field advantage by some miracle, then they'll be a threat. Right? This is the same Dolphins that up like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, were in contention to have the number 1 seed.
Hmm.
If the Chiefs lost, they were in contention to have the number 1 seed. I don't think they're winning the Super Bowl, but as a whole, I still enjoy their season because if we forgot last year, this was a team that was a bottom tier team, racked off 7 wins at the end of the season, and then this year, I understand as a whole. My man Tua had a concussion. My man Tua, I didn't think he was going to play. Remember, I said that.
Yeah.
I was like, he's not going to play. There's no way they try this. Maybe they should sit his ass the fuck down, and maybe they have a shot. But I don't believe they'll go to a bowl.
I never thought that either. So we're going to this last game of the week. We got the New England Patriots going into Glendale 27-13. What's his name? I don't even know his name because I don't really like him anyways. What's the quarterback's name? Kyle Murray. Kyle Murray. He gets hurt. Hope everything goes well with him, but they lose and I'm happy. You got anything to say before we go into our quick pick'ems?
Two things. One, I'm upset because Kyler Murray was my other fantasy quarterback besides Tua. Two, Kyler Murray is gonna have tons of time to work on Call of Duty now. So, cheers to that.
Hey, what are you drinking?
Kyler, hit me up. We'll play. Let's hit some Warzone together, dog. We'll catch a dub.
What are you drinking? Sponsored by Anchor Steam.
I wish we were sponsored by Anchor Steam. How fire would that be?
That would be fire. Anchor Steam. Watch this.
Call me.
SF natives are talking to you right now. So we're gonna go into our quick pick'ems. Washington might pop up. Y'all have to forgive him. He's a real, career counselor of the galaxy. He has to overwork after hours. So we're going into. I don't even know if I'm gonna stay awake for this, but at 2015 tonight, and right now it is. What time is it?
I'm gonna watch that.
16:05. I'm gonna watch it for sure. The San Francisco 49ers. Yeah, you want to leave. You on leave. The San Francisco 49ers travel to the Pacific Northwest and go against the Seattle Seahawks. Who do you got?
Niners.
I got the Niners as
Niners.
well. There's no.
I don't think I'm gonna bet against the Niners for the rest of this year.
That's good. That's good to hear. So now we're going to our Saturday games. We got Saturday games now. At 1300, we got the Colts going to Minnesota. I'm going Minnesota.
Kirk Cousins at 1:00 is usually pretty spot on. Not last week, but I'll take the Vikings.
Yeah, he getting revenge today. 16:30 on Saturday. The Baltimore Ravens go to Cleveland Browns. I'm going with the Ravens.
Is Lamar still out?
To be honest, I don't care. They're still gonna beat them.
I'm gonna take Cleveland.
All right, so you got Cleveland.
I'm
All
gonna take
right,
Cleveland.
and
Yeah.
the late night Saturday game, which I should be going. Shout out to Craig Payne. He wants me to go, but you have to think.
No,
Buffalo.
dog.
Wait,
Go
Buffalo.
call your cousin.
Buffalo is literally 3 hours from where I'm at. So if I travel there 3 hours and the game starts at 8:15 and the game is done by midnight, I have to travel 3 hours and then I have PT the
Question.
next day? No. What? What's the question?
You have to PT on Sunday?
That is no, but I'm not gonna fucking wake up. I'm
Listen,
not doing it, bro.
Why? Listen, it's a
Well,
Saturday game.
time out.
You don't-
I've been
It's a Saturday
I've been
game.
to I've been to a Buffalo game already. So that's
But you haven't seen your cousin play
yeah.
in Buffalo.
I talked to my cousin. He's gonna travel here to have dinner and stuff like that. So
Bro,
hey, listen. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
Just
I really
one.
can't do it.
Yes, you
am
can.
Mario, I am a city boy at heart. Me traveling to San Mateo, that was a long ass freaking ride. So you think I'm gonna go 3 hours to go see my cousin? My cousin is a millionaire. His ass better come on post. I'll give him a little guest
Go.
pass.
That's
No.
the hottest. That's probably one of the hottest games of the weekend,
Yeah,
and it's
I
happening
ain't
in your
tripping.
backyard.
I ain't
Hey,
tripping.
there's no more beautiful
Who the
city than the crown of the Northeast, Buffalo. All right,
who the fuck do you have? Who the fuck you have winning?
Buffalo.
All right,
Buffalo.
I got Buffalo. This is the decline of the Dolphins. They're gonna be losing the next games throughout. Watch Route Tree and hear me on week 15. This is the decline right now. They're
Yeah.
done this year. They are done. So we're going next to Atlanta going into New Orleans into the wide open NFC South. I have the Falcons, and I don't. I'm only going here because I like Desmond Ritter, so I'm gonna go with them.
I never said I'd do it again, but I'm doing it. Picking Atlanta.
All right, we got Atlanta. All right, Pittsburgh going into Carolina. I love PJ Walker, and if he started, I'm going with the Carolina. Keep pounding, keep pounding.
I'm going Carolina too.
All right, Washington, as you coming in, we're going to this next game. It's Sunday's 1300 game. We got Philly going into Chicago. I'm going with Philly, of course. I'm going with Philly.
Philly.
All right. Washington, you good?
Philly.
He got Philly. All right, next game.
Philly.
We have the
Philly,
once was the best AFC rivals at the time.
Be real
Once was.
quick. My pick's Philly.
All right, we got the Kansas City Chiefs going into Houston to play the Texans.
Philly.
We have. I got Kansas City.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Kansas City too. The Chiefs.
Who you got?
What about you?
Y'all gotta forget Washington. He's still working, and the cab don't
KC.
have. Oh, he got Casey. All right.
He's the Chiefs.
So We got the Cowboys going into Jacksonville. Adams! Adams!
Jags. Oh,
Look at
what
my
up?
boy. Shout out to my boy Adams in the building right now. Why the fuck y'all still at work, my guy? Goddamn. All right, so Jacksonville or Cowboys? Let me know. Washington.
Jags.
Washington. All right, so
You muted, dog. You're the worst, bro.
he got Jags. I can hear his ugly ass.
Jags.
All right, so
Oh.
we got Jags. You got Jags, and I am going with the Cowboys. So we got the Detroit Lions marching on to MetLife Stadium to go against the Jets, Jets. I'm going with the team since week one. I'm roaring with Mufasa. We going with the Lions.
That low key, that's gonna be like one of the better games of the season or the.
I'm
of the
on St. Brown versus Sauce.
I'm
That's what I want to
taking.
see.
I'm taking Detroit. Someone once talked me out of Detroit, and I won't let them do it again.
Watch, I can't hear you. What you say?
Jets, Jets.
Yeah, last time you spelled that out, you was wrong. So we got the Cardinals. First 1600 game going into Bronco. Let's ride. I'm going with the
That's gonna
Broncos.
be
That's
such
a horrible game.
Fuck
That is
the
a horrible
Cardinals.
game.
Fuck
Who
the
bad
Cardinals.
cares?
game.
Who cares?
I
Who
do.
fucking cares to win?
I care.
Who cares?
I care. It's
All right,
it's
I'm going with Cardinals. I want Seattle to get that fucking second pick. I'm going with the Cardinals.
Broncos. Let's ride.
Cards. I'll never pick Denver.
Yeah,
Why?
I will.
They're both,
I will.
listen, they
I
both
will
have
never.
no starting quarterback.
I will never pick the Cardinals. You knew this since day one. So we're going next game.
Oh, hold on, but the Broncos have a better defense. I switched my to the Broncos.
All right, so he got Broncos. All right, we changed it up. Now we got Josh Allen. Is that his name? The coach for the Raiders?
Josh
No,
McDaniels, dog.
Man, Josh McTrash goes against the New England Patriots. I got the Patriots.
Sorry, man. I can't do it anymore, man.
Belichick versus McDaniels.
You make me want to be loyal to your team because I want to be loyal to you. But it's hard, bro.
Bro, hey, Wash. I don't.
Raiders.
Look,
I got the Raiders.
I don't fault you. No, Wash. I'm not mad at you. I don't fault you. I'm telling you this. I'm picking the Raiders, but like at this point in time, who the fuck knows?
Hey, you're acting like I did last week with the Giants and the Eagles game.
Who the fuck knows, bro?
All right, so we're going to this next game. We're going to this next game while Washington is traveling. Where the fuck you at now? Oh, he's frozen. Oh, he had battalion again. All right, so we got the Tennessee Titans are going against the San Diego Chargers. I am going with the Chargers. Chargers. Hey, shout out Cody. Vogt up. Vogt up.
Listen, I love Justin Herbert. I fucking love Justin Herbert. I love that man.
I do too. I do too.
Listen,
Oregon, baby. Top five as we speak. So we're gonna change it up. We're gonna shift it up. We got Joe Cool Burrow going against the GOAT Tom Brady. Bengals at Tampa Bay. I still got the Bengals. What's up? We got Bengals for Washington. He's on mute, but he got Bengals.
Bengals.
All right, so Washington, I need you right now. I need you because Sunday night we have a flex game. Yeah, he already gave us his pick. The New York Football Giants go into DC and play against the Washington Commanders, and he picks the Giants. For me, both teams are 7-5-1. I'm sorry. I am so sorry right now. But I am going with the better defense. I got shout out to my coach from the Army Navy game in Okinawa. I'm going with the Commanders. Commanders win this game by a field goal.
Go on, New York Football Giants.
All right, so we got that team while he's over here shopping in supply. This is the Monday night game next week, and I'm not too happy about it because I think Jordan Love's going to start. But the Baker Mayfield Rams go into Lambeau and play against who knows at quarterback for Lambeau Field. Packers for the Washington team. Washington chooses Packers. I'm going Packers.
Packers.
I'm going Packers too. But it all depends. Is Jordan Love going to start or is A-Rod going to start? Now,
Packers gonna win all the way.
that's all it is. But listen, Washington, it's always a pleasure. I love the loyalty you always have for this channel. Your ass is still working. Mario, we are literally 40 minutes away for our for our ruthless aggression draft. Like, comment, subscribe to the Subflex podcast, to the Route Tree TV, anything that comes with this. My YouTube has always been LEFA0, not O, not the letter. It's 0_. Look that up. You'll see all my playlists. I do wrestling. I do football. I do baseball. Adios Pelota. I cannot wait to talk about Correa. Pro
Yeah.
Hop. Shout out to Walker. We need to get on. But I love everyone. And Mario, we got 30 minutes. I'm about to go see what's up with the family. And then I'll call you with the next group. All right. Much love.